Welcome to Fit to Be Real.
And a little extra.
We are cruising into summer with the how-tos of packing for travel and staying healthy and then finding balance while you're on the go, which is really what summer's about. Vacations, hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Victoria.
Hey, guys, I'm Carly.
That was really good, actually.
Thank you.
That was good. Okay. So we're really excited today. Energy is high because we are with Patrick Joyce, and he is, let's give him an intro here. He is Carly's longtime best friend from high school, so there is history. He's an actor that's been on Broadway many times, and he's a frequent flyer starring on the Royal Caribbean cruise ships. And he actually gave us a personal tour the last time we were on the cruise. We told you all about that cruise, so you know what we're talking about. He's from Leicester, Pennsylvania to Perfect Day Coco Cay. What's up, Patrick?
Well, he entered the room. Oh, Patrick.
Best intro I've ever done, if I so say myself.
That actually was really good and legit.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Pat. Say, hey.
This is a podcast. We need to hear your voice.
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys. Hey, everyone. This is Patrick, the artist formerly known as Pat or Patrice.
Patrice.
He's in my phone as Patrice. I know him as Pat.
Why is he in your phone as Patrice? Is there a story there?
I think I was just being annoying one day, and I was like, I'm going to call him Patrice.
And it stuck.
And it stuck to me.
You were in my phone as Carly Babe.
Carly Babe.
For like at least almost 2 decades.
You changed it?
Yeah, now you're Carly Dykeman.
So I'm going to start this. We're going to introduce you after Victoria's wonderful introduction.
So we're going to do it again. Cool.
Yeah. But I'm going to do the more family-oriented introduction. We met when I was 14 years old on one of my first days of my freshman year of high school. I wasn't even 15 yet.
Really?
Yeah.
I was 15.
You were 15. And I walked into the choir room and I had my Superman t-shirt, and it was really cool to wear like the big Superman over a white long sleeve shirt, like the t-shirt over the long sleeve white shirt.
Yeah, but you went to Catholic school. Why
it
were
was
you?
Because it was choir after school.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It was show practice after school. Yeah, for Titanic. And I met Pat. I was playing a boy in Titanic.
So far, you're doing amazing.
And so I had to sit with the boys.
Maybe that's why we started.
Amazing.
I can't wait. We'll get into that. But I sat with the boys and I sat next to Pat, and I think he just started making fun of me, and that was day one.
Well, we know why. You set us up with what you were wearing and where you sat, and yeah.
Yes, early 2000s fashion.
I know. Do you remember that?
I don't remember like the first actual time that we met. I just remember becoming like instant friends with you.
Yeah. And we became best friends pretty quickly. Talked for hours and hours and hours and hours on the phone after school. Even though we were in school together all day, then we had show practice, and then we'd get on the phone for hours after that.
This is pre-social media, pre-cell phones. This was a corded phone that attached to probably your kitchen.
It was a landline.
We were probably talking on AIM at the same time as we were talking on the phone with each other.
It was AIM, yeah.
How much we talked all
I know.
of the time.
We were together a lot. And so then, because Pat and I were together all the time, Victoria, Pat, and I were together all the time.
Yeah, but I was a little B.
You were.
You were a little what?
A bitch.
Pat has this really infectious laugh, but what we love about Pat is that Victoria has been making fun of him since the moment she met him, and he always thinks it's funny. And I make fun of him, and I'll get the side eye, but if Victoria makes fun of him, he thinks it's the funniest thing in the world.
Well, that's because I'm scared of Victoria. I'm not scared of you.
I have mellowed out. I have totally mellowed out.
This is very true.
I was a little, I was emo.
I actually am now more scared of you than I am scared of
Well, look at her. She's so fit.
Well, Pat and I had a tumultuous relationship, so we ended up fine. Everything's great and peachy, and we love each other. But we had a time, didn't we, Pat?
We had a time.
How about
Hey,
that?
I took you sledding.
Sure did. Victoria didn't have any friends in grade school, or they would go sledding without me, and then I would
Yes.
find out, which I don't know how I found out because we didn't have social media. So I guess it was AOL Instant Messenger. And Pat was always over. Pat was always there. So Carly and Pat took me sledding in spite of my loneliness, and then also did karaoke in the basement,
Yeah.
singing
Did
"I'll Cover You."
yeah, rent karaoke. Yeah.
Right? Yep.
Yeah, light my candle.
Yep.
Light your own candle.
We sang karaoke that night, and I think I have pictures from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the big lips.
We'll have to find those.
With
Aw.
the big lips.
the candy
The
lips
candy
or the
lips.
wax lips or something.
Yeah.
So in high school, we were friends all through high school.
Yeah, this story's not over, ladies and gentlemen.
No, listen, this is a 20 how long friendship? 20-year.
You're 37. You met at 14.
You guys do the math.
Oh.
That's so yeah, I mean, we've been friends since 2000.
Yeah,
The year 2000.
So
we've
23
been
years.
friends for 23 years.
that was easier math for me.
That's more than half of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes, that's insane.
So Pat and I dated as well.
Took a turn, didn't it?
We dated.
We dated for real and dated for fake.
We dated
it's
for-
great. Just stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I was real extra. I like to do things for real and for fake at the same time. But yeah, and that's how we actually became super, super close.
Well, so we not only went to high school together, then
yeah.
we ended up also going to college together.
Yeah.
The reason why I went to Temple is because of your mom and dad, basically.
Yeah.
Because I ended up getting into Catholic University in DC. That's where I wanted to go. And my dad was like, that is a very expensive school. Like, if you want to go there, you're going to have to take out loans, pay them back. And I was like, I don't think I want to
Do that. Yeah.
And he's like, if you go to Temple, you like, we can like take care of
It's
you
in-state.
and it's in state. So it'll be, less expensive, but we can do that. And your mom was like, you should go to Temple. And your dad was working at Temple, and he was the one who got my application to like be put on top of like a pile because I entered the application process way late.
I didn't know
And
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much how my application got like submitted, and I got in. And I went to Temple my freshman year, which was your
My
senior year of
senior
high
year.
school, and then you came to Temple the following year. So we were
And my mom and dad were the reason they took me out of Temple.
yeah.
Which was also Pat,
Yeah.
which was the reason why Carly left Temple as well.
Yeah. I went to Temple. It would have been your sophomore year, my freshman year, and after, we had a rough go of it that year.
That's when our friendship took like a rough turn,
Yeah.
and you did not return for your sophomore year,
Mhm.
and we did not speak for
A
a
few.
year.
A year?
Almost like about a year.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was less than a year, but we just like didn't speak, and then we started speaking. But in the midst of us not speaking that year is when you met Andrew.
I met Andrew. That's right. That is so true. I was crying over you, and Andrew was like, "Hi, what are you crying about?" And I was like, "My friend." And I met Andrew. I mean, long story short, I was in love with Pat. Pat was not in love with me.
Yeah,
And
let's get the real part out. That took a long time to get the real part of it.
so through all that, day one, our dream was to be on Broadway. That's what we wanted. We wanted to act. We wanted to move to New York. We went to New York multiple times together. You used to drive 5 times.
No, well, we saw Rent.
But
5
that's right.
times.
That was our favorite show. And that was always the dream. We were working actors. I ended up getting married, having kids, and Pat went on to do Broadway. And I will never forget sitting in that theater on your first Broadway show. And I just remember sitting there and like being like, this is what we work so hard for. And then you went on to do tours and Broadway and cruise ships. And needless to say, you've been traveling since you graduated college.
Yes.
Thank you so much for getting to the topic of the podcast because it's been now almost 15 minutes of talking about the history of Pat and Carly.
There's so much more history. There's so much
The history
more
of Wrong Guys. That's a musical theater reference for those out there that don't know.
God, I hate you right now.
So, you have been cruising For how many years now?
Hey, cruising.
I've been a cruiser. I've been crew for since 2009, so it has
Ooh, oh
been
my God.
14 years.
No
And
way.
it will be 15 years next year after I do my next upcoming contract.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
For real?
2009 was the first year I cruised.
How
with Royal
long are the
Caribbean.
cruises? Like, how long is the contract? Because you come home and back and forth, right?
Yeah, contracts can be anywhere between 6 months and a year.
Okay.
And so, like the last contract that I was on, where you guys came to cruise, was a pretty much an 11-month contract with rehearsals included. So you have like 2 months of rehearsals and
Uh-huh.
like 9 months on board. And that's exactly what my next
Oh.
contract will be. I will be in Miami rehearsing for 2 months, and then I will be on the ship for about 9 months. So like altogether 11 months.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so long.
Yeah, but we're gonna
My
go.
I know, that's true.
My shortest ship contract was 5 months. 1 month rehearsal, 5 months on board. So
And that's short.
that was short. That is very short for cruise ships. So I've done 6 months altogether, and then almost a year altogether. So that's how much they vary.
So you're pretty much and have been a nomad. Like your
Mhm.
roots are here in Delco,
Yes.
but like you don't have a place.
No.
Like you
Other
are
than when I
constantly-
moved to Florida for
During
a few
COVID?
months
Yeah.
when I thought I was
done.
never going to go back to the cruise industry.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because COVID
I had
and the cruises was not
yeah,
mixed.
the cruises were shut down, and I was living in Florida, and I was like, I'm never going back on a cruise ship. And they contacted me. I signed a 1-year lease for my apartment in St. Petersburg, Florida on February 10th. And a week later, they contacted me and offered me a job to go back on the ship. And I said yes, and
Never look back.
then never looked back.
And now that's what you want to do, right? We talked about this on the
Yeah.
cruise. You want to be a cruise director eventually.
Yeah,
Eventually.
I want to. Yeah, eventually that would be great. I would eventually maybe want to get into the casting side of like the industry as well. So, but I want to still
Yeah.
perform on ships for the next few years.
Listen, after going on a cruise, all these years he's been doing it, this was our first one. And the cruise life is the life for us.
Yeah, I don't know why it took us that long.
I
I've been doing it since 2009.
Honestly,
Yeah, but-
because your cruises sometimes are like 10 days. And that's a long time to go away.
Well, and also that's you. By the time you would have started to come on cruises, that's when you started having kids.
Yeah.
And you like had young,
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
young
your fault.
kids, and so yeah, basically it's your fault.
Always your fault. I should have known. But yeah, to kind of use the same word, nomad life, like you're living out of a bag essentially.
Yeah.
And we got to see, I saw through pictures. Carly was crew when we went on our cruise, but we got to see the living quarters that you're in, and you do get your own room because Pat's always a star of the show. So he gets his own room, which is great. But how do you prep for that? Because a year is a really long time to have a limited amount of stuff of your own.
Yes.
But also you need the essentials, you need everything that you need. And then what about the stuff that like you might need? Like, do you pack that stuff?
So, not only do I have years of experience on ships and packing for being away, I also have toured.
Mm.
I've been on 3 national tours, living out of suitcases in and out of hotel rooms. So I am sort of an expert when it comes to that.
What, so you think you're pretty?
Yes.
Well, which one's harder, cruise or
Oh
bus?
yeah, no. The touring life was way harder because
Okay.
you are quite literally living out of your suitcase. Like
Right.
when you say like, oh, I'm living out of my suitcase. No, I am. Like
Yeah.
you're not. You're in and out of hotel rooms and you aren't taking your stuff out of your suitcase. At least on the cruise ship life, you get into your room, you unpack everything, and your room is your room for 9
True.
months, and your
True, true,
suitcases go away. Tips that I can offer.
Yeah.
My main tip is you seriously don't need half the things that you think that you need.
Lies.
No.
No, I agree. I believe that.
And I never realized that more so on this last contract that you guys came to visit on. I realized that I wear the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh, I know I do that.
Before you leave for your vacation, look in the mirror and say to yourself, unpack half the stuff that I just packed.
Stop it.
You're not going to use it. I packed my my drawers in my room on the ship with things that I never even put on.
Really?
For 11
Because
months?
yes, because I'm like, oh my god, yeah, I'm gonna wear this like all my cute little like chino shorts and tank tops, and but you don't, because you know what I end up wearing all the time if I'm off the ship on the islands? I'm wearing a bathing suit and
Yeah.
a tank top.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw what I packed in your room, what I brought in your
Yes.
room.
I was actually going to ask you before you came to cruise to leave space for me to send stuff back. And I sent a big, huge box home that cost me $87 because that's how much it weighed, because that's how much clothes I sent home. Plan your, like, literally, I'm going to wear this outfit this night, this outfit that night.
I know.
this
That's
outfit
what
that
I
night.
need to do.
That way you don't overpack because you're like, oh, I want options. Just actually plan out what you're going to wear. Like, if you're going to come on a cruise for 4 days, oh, I'm going to wear this night, this that night.
Oh,
this
I
night,
did that. And I did. Oh, I'm going to wear this night, but if I eat a full meal, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to wear this one. And then if I feel like I can fit in this one, I'm going to wear this one.
I was just gonna say that, except I was gonna use engorge myself, not eat a full meal, because that's basically what you do at an all you can eat and all you can include all inclusive. I was 100% gonna say
Really?
that because I pack something that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna look great in this. I'm gonna feel great in this. And I'm like, I'm having some drinks and I'm gonna eat. So if I have a belly by the end of the day,
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
can't
need to
wear
wear a
this.
flowy shirt.
Mhm.
So there's where the options come into play, but also, don't do that.
Yeah. Just wear what you want to wear.
Yeah.
Be happy.
Fat and happy. Do you have another one?
I have tips for, just because I'm constantly in and out of airports. I think
Yes. Tell
that's
us.
Yes.
that's like the biggest issue for everyone, because airports are so frustrating, and just flying in general is a frustrating process.
I'm going to side note this. He grew up with his mom as a flight attendant and his dad worked at the airport.
Yes.
So he's got some knowledge
Yeah.
on the travel, everything travel and flying, because you used to fly for free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Pat, give us your airport tips.
Pat's airport tips.
Cue music.
This is my first and most important tip. Put on your patience pants and set the bar low.
Oh my goodness.
That is the best tip I think anybody's ever brought.
Put on your patience pants and set the bar real low. With the airport in general?
Yes, set the bar low. Assume the airport is going to be on fire and all of the flight, like there are no planes there. Like, just assume all of the worst
Yeah.
things, because one of those things is going to be true. Hopefully not the fire part, but your plane is probably not going to be there. It's probably going to be delayed. I mean, right now,
So true.
air travel is just a mess. So putting your mindset in that, like, something is going to go wrong will then, when you get there, and if the security line is short and you're in it for maybe 10 minutes and you get through and your flight is on time, or maybe just like 10 minutes late, then you're
Good to
you're
go.
good to go.
Yeah.
Prep for anything.
My second tip is have everything organized in your carry-on properly, so you can easily remove all of your technical hardware and all your liquids, just like in your carry-on. Just have everything right away.
Well, see, Andrew's really organized with that stuff, and I chuck things in my bag last minute, and then I get on the plane and I'm looking for my AirPods. I'm like, what the heck are they? Like, because I had just taken them out, thrown them back in. I know, it's so annoying.
Yes, if you have everything organized like that, then
It makes it,
it just makes it so much better,
patient
especially when you get back on the plane, and especially when you have kids and you are like, okay, now I need to hand you your little device so you can play on it and be occupied. And if you have everything organized, it really helps.
I need patient parachute pants. Like, the bigger the better, because every time something goes wrong, I feel like the pants get a little shorter from the waistline, and then all of a sudden you got leg warmers.
Listen,
Like, that's all
you
that's
need
left.
like
that's how I roll.
you need like a patient's like parka
patient's
coat,
parka.
a patient's parka. Yeah. My third tip is wear a bum bag, or a fanny pack.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Do we have to cut back?
No. We're not gonna pass by this one. We're gonna sit on this for a while.
The bum bag.
The bum bag. The bum bag, guys, is what they call is the fanny pack in Europe.
Crossbody bag.
Across the pond in England, they call it a bum bag and not a fanny pack. We call it a fanny pack, but they call it a bum bag.
Okay, we're in Delco.
We don't call it a fanny pack.
What do you guys call it?
A crossbody
bag. Because it goes
is that like
across
the-
your body.
Is that like the 2020s like name for it?
Well, yeah, he's talking about a legit fanny pack around your waist. We're talking about the Lululemon crossbody bag.
Which can go around your waist.
Right. Oh yeah, it can.
Yeah.
But I will
my
forever.
patient's pants are coming off.
I'm calling it the bum bag forever.
The point of me bringing this up is because you know how you're only allowed to have 2 carry-ons
Yeah.
attached to your body, and you can have a pretty decent size one, and that's where I keep my phone, my wallet, if I need my passport, chargers, so I always have that on me.
It will loop through the belt holes of your patient's pants and keep them on longer.
Yeah.
Bring us to number 4.
Okay, tip number 4: just buy snacks at the airport. Don't pack them.
All right, I have a problem with this. They're so expensive.
Everything, in my opinion, now is expensive. Like if you're gonna go get snacks at even like Wawa,
That's
they're
true.
like $1 more.
All right, fine, you win this one.
That's true. Now, I will be devil's advocate. You're talking about party of 1. You're talking about party of 5. So that makes a little bit of a difference. However, you're not wrong. Wait, those were really helpful. We don't travel
We don't,
enough
yeah.
to think ahead of time. I am very organized in my carry-ons, though. I will say that. But other than that, like I've never packed my patient's pants, so it's super, super helpful. But that is getting to your destination, getting to your cruise, getting to wherever you're going. So say you're on a vacation or an extended stay somewhere. How do you keep a routine?
My routine that I got myself into in working out was doing, so I used to be a runner. I've run the Broad Street race. I've done a Philly half marathon. I've never done a full marathon, but I've done the Philly half marathon. I've done the Boilermaker race, which is a huge race up in Utica, New York, which is where my mom's whole side of the family is, which is just under 10 miles. It's like 9 point something
Was
miles.
this the year that we weren't speaking? Because I don't remember any of this.
This is amazing.
I have always been a runner, but now my routine is I just walk. So I will go.
Yeah, dumb it down.
I have, unfortunately. But it's still good. It's still, I will go up to the track on the ship and I will walk the track for an hour. And now that
great.
I have Spotify and can download things, I'm gonna, it'll be even more enjoyable because now I can listen to podcasts and
Just this one.
just this one, of course.
That's why he downloaded it.
Do you know what this is called?
Fit to be real.
Very good.
I'm
So-
impressed.
Sometimes Victoria doesn't know.
with your bloops. You know the emoji girl that is like this?
She's got her hand flat by her ear, like she's pressing up her hair.
Yeah, I call her the bloop girl. Like she's like when she's doing this, like I do that when like you make a good point and you're like, I call her the bloop. talking
Guys,
about
I don't
me.
know why he wasn't into me. He's more into the bloop girl than he was ever into me.
You kind of look like the bloop girl.
Aw.
You look like the blonde bloop girl. You look like blonde bloop emoji girl. Anyway.
Bloop. I'm going to relate this to people that don't necessarily work on a cruise ship or frequently go to a cruise for their vacation when it comes to summertime. So if you are a Delconian and you go down the shore every single weekend, where you are working Monday to Friday at home or at your job here in Delaware County, and then you go down to the Jersey Shore every single weekend, there's like a different routine there than there is here. It's a different mentality of being quote unquote vacation mode and then being strict for your Monday to Friday. However, when it goes to doing the same monotonous weekend over and over again, all of these rules apply. You can do it with a group, you find another house, family, mate, whatever you want to call it, whoever you're vacationing with down the shore. And it just makes it a little bit more doable to keep to your routine and to not feel like you're never going to get this weekend again. Because I tend to do that when we go to our 2-week
Yes.
vacation, that we're never going to get that 2 weeks again because really it's only 2 weeks of the summer. It's not every single weekend, but it happens every year. So you keep that routine, you keep your health regimen, and then it's not such, the vacation mode mindset doesn't feel so drastic from your everyday mindset.
It's the same thing with packing. Like, we go down the shore all the time. What do we wear? Bathing suits and pajamas. Why do we pack 7 suitcases? You know, I packed so many suitcases for these 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we don't wear any of it. And that's what I need to do. I need to pare it down, just go to the basics and
You'll be
that be
fine.
that. Yeah, I
You
know.
will be
I
fine.
know. I need to actually do it though.
Well, thank you for all of the tips and the kind of the insight into your world, which is very different from the everyman.
Yeah.
It's so different, but really cool that you get to go through it. So thank you for sharing. But we're going to torture you a little bit more now. And we've got a game.
You want to know what the game's called?
I'm scared.
It's called Long Story Short, You Can't Sit With Us.
Yes. And none of us are wearing pink. That's great.
Oh, and it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
We can't sit together.
Oh my God.
That's a reference from Mean Girls, which we like to say to Pat a lot. You can't sit with us, Pat. So I'm going to list off 2 things. You pick one or the other, and we'll decide if you can sit with us at the end of the game.
Rapid fire.
Wow.
Rapid fire, like first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Some are travel questions, some are just questions I know he can answer quickly, and that's the whole point. Ready? Musical or play?
Musical.
New York or Vegas?
Vegas.
Check a bag or keep it light?
Keep it light.
Drink on a plane or water only?
Water only.
Ooh. Use the bathroom on a plane or hold it? That's gross.
Use the bathroom.
He's so
You
nervous.
gotta go.
Fly with friends or prefer to go solo?
Solo.
Wine or tequila?
Tequila.
I know. You love margaritas. Cheesesteak or meatball hoagie? I know.
Oh, that's rude. Meatball hoagie. And that's gross that you said hoagie. It's a meatball sandwich.
Footloose or Rent?
Rent.
Wow. We're no longer friends. Cruise ship or Broadway?
Cruise ship.
iTunes or podcast?
I'm going to say iTunes because I'm old school.
He still uses an iPod, people. Touring show or a one-show sit-down? A one-show sit-down is just staying in the same place for a long period
One
of time.
show sit down.
One show sit down. Hit workout or a dance workout?
Oh, I love both. I'm going to go with a dance workout.
You would. Dress up or sweatpants all day?
Sweatpants all day.
Christina Aguilera or Britney Spears?
Britney Spears.
Mustache or no mustache? I'm answering this for you, no mustache.
That's rude.
All right, last one. Carly or Victoria?
Carmela Gangateros Mayo.
You didn't even get Pat to say you. She's trying to get one.
I thought you, my friend of 23 years, would pick me. We've been through so much together. Ugh, you're so annoying.
Guess what, Pat? You won. You won the game.
You can sit with us today.
I thought you were going to have like a tiara and like break off a piece and throw it over to me.
No, Mean Girls. No. We can't all win. There's got to be a winner.
A piece for everyone. A piece for
He
Regina
doesn't even
George.
go
He
here.
doesn't even go.
A piece for Regina George. She fractured her spine and still looks like a rock star.
You booked it. You booked the job.
He doesn't go here, but you know where he does go? He goes to CFIT. So if you want to meet him in person and you just want to see amazingness that is Patrick Joyce, come visit him at CFIT.
Can I say one final thing? And it's fitness related.
Yeah.
So working out gives you endorphins. Endorphins make people happy. Happy people just don't shoot their husbands. They just don't.
I honestly thought you were going to be serious for like 1 minute.
Wait, that was real extra. Thank you so much. That was perfection. Legally Blonde reference.
That
in
is
the
reference
mix.
from a very good lawyer. So you know it's true.
And that's our real tip of the week.
This was very insightful and honest to God helpful because I feel like as much as summer is relaxing and chill vibes, when it comes to like last minute packing or just packing in general, it gets a little bit panicky,
It's a lot.
even though you do it
It's-
all the time.
Yeah.
So this is, I'm going to actually take a lot away from this and I'm shocked by that. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Pat.
Yeah, Carly has nothing to say.
We're going to talk after this.
And like seriously, folks, you're not Carrie Bradshaw. You're not going to be having 10 costume changes like within a day. So you don't need all the clothes. Keep it light.
The real tip of the day is called one and done. Make sure to pack and keep your outfits to one pair of shoes. for your events, right? If you're going somewhere beachy, you're bringing your flip-flops. That's for your like normal stuff during the day, going to get the hot dog, going to the beach. But if you're going out to dinner every single night of your vacation, bring one pair of shoes and then base your outfits off of that because it'll save space in your bag because shoes are a little bit chunkier. So try that the next time you go away and see if it helps.
And now for your real extra tip of the week. It's called Picture This. What does picture this mean? Picture this means before your vacation, especially if you have those nice dinners, take a picture of yourself in each of the outfits on your phone. So you know exactly what you're going to wear, what jewelry you're going to wear, what shoes you're going to wear. There's no thinking. You pack it all up in your suitcase, look at your phone when you want to put it on, and you're done. Picture this.
I love your extra tip because if you get amnesia between packing and your actual vacation, this is really, really helpful. Thank you, Patrick.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Pat. That was so fun.
Thanks, guys. I feel like a CFIT sister.
Just remember, everyone, you are always fit to be real.
And always allowed to be a little extra. Love you.
Love you guys. Bye.
Love you.
Love you. Mean it.
Love me back.
I love you, Victoria.
Did you mean to say love you, say it back?
Yeah.
She said love me back.
Love me back.
I meant say it back.
Make me a sandwich.
It's real extra. Goodbye.
Bye.
For legal reasons, we have to tell you that this podcast is meant for entertainment and educational purposes only. We are not healthcare professionals. For all of your health, wellness, fitness, and self-care needs, please refer to the medical professional in your life. Your primary care physician, your therapist, a certified coach, whoever it may be. And then let us know what they say because I guarantee we need to know it too. Okay? Okay, bye.